Good evening, everyone. It's Father Neil. It's Thursday, February 25th, time for my weekly update. So, lots going on in the parish. Doesn't seem that way with so few people coming to church because our activities are limited because of the COVID protocols, but it has been pretty busy. We had First Reconciliation this past Saturday for the children, and on this coming Sunday, we'll have the rite of enrollment for First Communion for them as they prepare to receive First Communion on May 1st. So they're beginning that preparation now. So we're putting a lot of things together fairly quickly. The confirmation retreat was held virtually last week. It went fairly well. 8 parishes were involved with that, so that was really nice. It was facilitated by the sisters over at Our Lady of the Angels and went very well for the children, which is a good thing to hear. And then, of course, confirmation itself will be celebrated on March 12th and 13th. So we'll have 2 ceremonies to accommodate the children and their families. So a lot is going on. Obviously, Lent is in full swing. Deacon Bill is taping the novena once a month for everybody, and the Stations of the Cross are virtual. You can view them anytime, but Fridays generally is the time when most people pray them in the evening. So that's on our website as well. So a lot going on as we prepare to journey through Lent and get ready for Easter as well. Obviously, it's very good that the snow has been melting a little bit. The temperature is warming up. That will bode well for everybody with the vaccine out and more people getting vaccinated. That's good, and certainly relaxing some of the restrictions will help open up the economy and help us get our lives back a little bit more to normal. But of course, we still want to practice all those safety things that we've been doing for months to keep that COVID infection rate from spreading too much and keep us all safe. So that's all good news. I think the biggest news coming up that will affect all of us is that we've been meeting a little bit about the future of the parishes. As I mentioned last week, the decree of the Cardinal, there was a letter sent out to everybody by Bishop Manns saying that we're going to reconsider whether St. Robert Bellarmine will be the parish of record, where the sacramental records will be kept or not. The Presbyteral Council, those people that advise the Cardinal, are actually, he's required to consult them on matters pertaining to parish closings and reopenings. They will be meeting on Tuesday, March 2nd, to discuss whether to change that name to St. Constance or to leave it here. Personally, it doesn't make any difference. There's actually no merit to either position because the incoming pastor can do whatever he wants as far as that's concerned. As I said before, the original reason was because we're on the main street and we're visible and might be easier to get here, but you could still certainly keep offices open at both places to accommodate the people, because even though we're only 6 blocks apart, we do have a lot of elderly people who walk here, so we need to be careful about that. So that will be taking place on March 2nd. Neither Pavel nor I will be there. I personally think it's not going to make any difference. I've said that the fact that they're reconsidering it is the problem because it will lead people to think it is important. And there is a small group at St. Constance who want to keep everything the way it is. They want to keep their Polish Mass and their Polish community and are opposed to unification. I think they wrongly think that somehow their parish is going to close or they won't have Polish Masses, and that's clearly not the intent of what we need to do. We need to work together in unity to bring us all together. So that's what's going on with that. So that will be next Tuesday, so there'll be some fallout from that either way. I did talk to the parish council about it and told them I don't think it's worth making a fuss about either way. I don't want to do anything that might be perceived as divisive as we're trying to bring us all together. So, but on the more important note, I think, is that in all these discussions, they have decided, whether it's the RMC people, but mostly the placement board and the bishops, has decided basically that they want a Polish-speaking pastor for the new parish. So somebody preferably who was trained here, some younger priests like Pavel, for example, who went to seminary here and have been part of the American culture, though born in Poland, and so they fit into both worlds. That's what they're looking for. So basically, I'm being told in a roundabout way that I will not be the new pastor of the new entity, so my 15 years will end here on June 30th. So a lot to do to get ready for that. I'm a little disappointed, obviously, but God opens other doors. So when the new pastor is named, and until he is, we can't really do much on the unification and bringing the parishes together and all those things that need to be done administratively and structurally. But we'll continue to be St. Robert's. We're working on a lot of things here now as well. And I, of course, am in the pastor pool looking for another parish. And because there's so many Renew My Church parishes, there will not be pastorates open for everybody who's currently a pastor as some of these mergers take place. So I'm not sure what my future will be yet either, but I will be certainly serving the people here in the Archdiocese one way or the other at one parish or another. So I'll open that up to basically the placement board and the bishop, and we'll see what happens there. I will be sad to leave here. 15 years here with lots of friends and lots of roots and lots of connections and certainly familiarity. It's a very difficult thing to just pick up and move somewhere else where you don't know anybody and aren't working with people you have any that you know. But it's the mission of the church, and that's what priests are ordained to do. So we move when we're asked, and we do what we need to do. But I do think it'll be a little bit harder for the people here because we won't know the new person coming in, obviously, and he'll have the duty of trying to bring both places together, and that will be hard. So we want to support that process in any way we can. We certainly want to pray about it and work on that. In the meantime, of course, we're doing the things that we normally do here. We're working on replacing a lot of things that need replacing. We've got a lot of minor things, some boiler repairs in the school and in the parish, certainly keeping all the equipment going the way it is. We'll certainly be looking at things in the school for expanding our electrical capacity so we can accommodate smart boards and Chromebooks and all those things. And so those things, we do have money in the bank for those, and we won't spend down our savings just to get it gone, but we will continue to do the things that we need to do to maintain our parish, maintain our school, and make sure that the facilities are running better. That's one thing I've been very grateful for this parish, that over the years, people have supported the capital funds very generously, so we don't have a whole lot of major capital needs. Obviously, the roof will need to be replaced in the church in a few years, and we have $200,000 in the bank for that. Probably within the next 5 to 7 years, we'll have to replace the major air conditioning units in the church. They were obviously put back in 1989 when the church opened in 1990. So they have 5 to 7 years, and that would be roughly, I think, $250,000 to replace those. And we don't have that. We have money in the bank, but not specifically set aside for that. It's more for other things. So we do have some money in the bank for the capital needs. Our operating collections are continue to be down, and I hope the fact that there'll be a different pastor will not deter anybody from continuing to support St. Robert's, because it is our home, it is our parish, and we still need to meet the payroll and all those current needs. So I will be sad to leave. Maybe a few weeks yet before they name a new pastor, and I will certainly be anxious to meet him and certainly to get to work with him to try to help transition in the remaining, from March through June, will be 4 months, to try to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible and that we're positioned as St. Robert's to join this unification without losing who we are in the process as we become somebody new as well. So that's really all that's going on. It's a lot to take in. And I just simply ask you to pray for the people of St. Constance and pray for the people here at St. Robert's to see, and pray for the Cardinal that he'll choose the right person to come here as the new pastor, and that we can work together to make this new reality a positive experience for everybody. I'd also like to remind everybody that it would be also important to pray for the people of Our Lady of Victory, because we know their church is closing. They'll be merging with St. Bart's and St. Paschal's, and that's a difficult thing for them. Certainly it'll be difficult for all those parishes. St. Paschal's will be the parish of record. Their new pastor will be Father Michael Connell. He's the currently pastor at St. Bart's, so he'll probably stay at St. Bart's for a while and try to bring those two parishes together. But the people of Our Lady of Victory clearly will be losing their church as they lost their school a few years ago. And they may go to the new parish, they may come here, or they may go elsewhere, or they may be so hurt they go nowhere. So we do really want to keep them in prayer and to see what we can do to be the welcoming community to make sure that everybody finds hope and finds the Lord in our faith community. So God bless you all, and have a wonderful week.